Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever it happens to be for you. So, Selhurst Park is our next game up. Crystal Palace. Let's talk about it. So, when it comes to Crystal Palace, it always seems like this game is a very tricky game. They're always up for it, and Selhurst Park is a place that is pretty hard to go to. The pitch is pretty close to where the fans are pretty close to the pitch. So, yeah, it isn't always easy, I must say. The games between us, the last four games, actually been 2 wins to them and 2 wins to us. And even historically, like I say, I always felt like this game is one that's always a battle for us to try and win it. Currently, the form isn't great for Crystal Palace, and it's not really great for us either, although we have been better away. So when it comes to the actual the two teams, I would say we're probably pretty even, if you would like, when it comes to our form currently and what's going on. Even though Glasner did win them their first trophy, so it is a really tricky one to see, to sort of know, what's going to happen. And so I'm not super confident in this game, I have to admit. I do think it's going to be quite tricky. Now, when it comes to who we're going to play, now this is an interesting one. Will he stick with what we did for the Liverpool game? Will he change it up? Now, I don't think that the Liverpool game we actually played terribly, but I don't think we played well either. I think that in patches we played well. There were patches where we were good and we did put up a bit of a fight, but then we did go down to 9 men. So I don't think it was great, but I don't think Liverpool were particularly good at all. I felt like they were there for the taking and that we probably should have got a draw of that. So when it comes to how we're going to play, I just think that probably the best way to play would be with the normal, I think, 4-2-3-1. This is me just personally. And we, of course, haven't got Xavi and we haven't got Romero. So the back would be, for me, would have to be Porro because we haven't got anybody else. Danso. It would be Mickey because, as I say again, nobody else. And Spence because we haven't got a Dogie. So they're easily probably the easiest picks. I, for this game, personally, would actually play Paulinho and Bentancur because I think that's probably better because we're away and this is it is quite a tough team. They're quite a physical team, and although they haven't been great, like I say, they always put up a fight for us. So I would actually play them both. And when it comes to the creativity, I'd actually put either Bergvall or Papamatasar there. I think they're probably the two that could probably create the most. Papamatasar has been sort of ousted, but he has been good in the past when he has played. So he can get up and down as well, and he does help out. So I think that probably, I think that maybe Bergvall is probably the better choice, but I'm not going to complain if either one of those. Now, for the left side, it's tricky. I would probably play Richarlison. I would play Mawani in the middle, and I would play Kudos. So that would be my team. Please let me know your team. I'll be very interested to hear what you have to say. I think that Thomas Frank is probably still on a bit of a thin ice, even though a lot of people said that Liverpool game was a bit unnecessary by the players because they made stupid mistakes and got sent off as well. So they were pretty silly. And although with Romero, he has come out and said about the passion, etc. I still maintain that was very stupid of him. The first yellow card for answering back, and then, of course, kicking out when he knows he's on the yellow card. So he was extremely stupid for that. I'm not biased, even though I have got my love for Romero. But I do think he was silly. But as I say, I think that this game will be a real tough one. My prediction is 2-2. I think that we will get a point, but I think is a point enough really to satisfy people? Probably not. I think that people probably think that we really need to build up some form of form because I think that he is otherwise going to be skating on extremely thin ice with a lot of the fans and also where we are in the league. Now we need the points is drifting slightly apart, but we still need to give us a chance to be up there. I said between 7th and 9th, and I still maintain that. So I don't believe we're top 5. I don't think we should be top 5. I don't think we expect to be top 5. However, I do not expect to be 14th, and I do not expect to be hearing about relegation battles. Like, no. Everybody said we're better than 17th last year, and I do believe we are better than 17th. He gave up the league, Ange Postecoglou, and that's why we end up finishing 17th. If we didn't, we probably would have finished about, I don't know, maybe where I said, possibly a little bit lower, maybe 10th. But I do think we are a lot better than that. So I do not want to be hearing anything about relegation battles. And if that does happen, I feel like he needs to go before then, 1 billion%. So we need to get these points on the board, and we need to get going. And the new year doesn't get any easier with their games. They're coming thick, they're coming fast, and I do think he needs to pick up some form. Let's see if it's going to happen. Who knows? But yeah, let me know your opinions. I'd love to know what you think. I'd love to know who you'd start. I'd love to know your prediction for your score. And let me know in general what you think about Thomas Frank. Is he on thin ice, or do you think that it could be a case of the board don't want to give up on him yet because they're going to look a bit silly as they only just hired him if they now get rid of him? And of course they have to pay for him to be gone, and getting somebody else in is going to cost. So let me know what you think. I'd love to know. Take very good care of yourselves. Please smash that like button as it does really help. And we'll talk again real soon.